How to use Havoc in 6 minutes or less. Havok is a champion that can deal massive amounts of damage from specials, but his basic attack damage output stats are a bit average or underwhelming. Havok works off of plasma charges, and they do several things for this character. They are converted to raise his damage and deal damage to the opponent. So we'll look at how to gain these charges and what they do, but first let's look at the utility that makes him not just a damage dealer. Havok is Incinerate immune, so he is great for certain paths in map 7 and act 6. He also has an elevated energy resistance that reduces energy damage from energy attacks such as Magic's Limbo or Hyperion Special 1 by about half. Havok's medium, heavy, and last light attack from a combo are not physical attacks and deal energy damage, which makes him great against nodes that have thorns or enemies that deal damage back from physical contact like Korg and Electro. Also, while being hit, Havok reduces opponent's critical rating by half, which makes him a great contender for your AW defense. Havok gains constant power like Doctor Strange and Vision Arcus at a flat rate of 2.5% of a bar of power every second, but suffers from 25% less power gain from hitting your opponent or being hit. Now, let's look at his main mechanic, and that is plasma buffs and debuffs. Havok gains plasma buffs up to 10 in a variety of different ways. Every 5 seconds, he will gain 1 naturally. If he is hit with an energy attack or a critical hit, he will gain 1. If Havok is power locked, he will gain 2 charges every 5 seconds. But if he is power drained or burned, he will lose all of his charges, and using a special 1 will give Havok 9 charges over 9 seconds. He can also gain them with synergies. Add any one of these champs to your team, and he will gain 2 plasma charges after each special. With any of these champs on your team, Havok has a 10% chance to gain plasma charge after every time he deals an energy damage from his medium, heavy, and last light hit combo, or even specials since they are energy damage. And lastly, with one of these champs on the team, he will gain 1 charge per parry. Also, his signature ability has a percentage basis based on sig level that allows him to gain an extra charge from any of the following means. So, what do these charges do? Well, they do several things. Like I mentioned, you can only gain 10, so extra charges are converted to plasma buildup on your opponent. So after 10 charges on yourself, you can stack plasma buildup by any means mentioned earlier. Once your opponent has 11 stacks, they detonate, causing X damage amount of energy damage. If the plasma debuffs are removed by being purified, they will cause almost 3 times the damage. If facing a champion with an armor buff up at the time of detonation, no damage will be dealt, making him slightly less powerful against a lot of tech champions. But you will still build up plasma debuffs, and you can still use them to your advantage when launching specials. So let's get into the juiciness that is Havok's specials. His special 1 does the least amount of damage, but is good to use when trying to build up plasma charges. The special 2 does a good amount of damage and has a bonus attached to it if the opponent doesn't have an armor up buff. The special 1 and special 2 are both unblockable if Havok has 7 or more prowess charges. Now the special 3 is where the damage is at and can wreck the opponent under certain conditions. Havok receives a plus attack for each plasma charge he has when launching the special. The special 3 also purifies each plasma debuff on the opponent, dealing extra damage. So launching this special with 10 plasma charges on Havok and 10 plasma debuffs on the opponent will cause maximum damage. Havok specials can be increased even more by adding prowess charges in the mix. Charging the heavy attack will convert 2 charges into 1 prowess charge that doesn't expire until a special is used. Now you can gain 5 prowess charges from charging the heavy, and each charge increases the damage from special attacks by 10%. Also, each of Havok's specials will convert up to 5 plasma charges into prowess charges that last 10 seconds. When launching the heavy attack, you will place a feedback debuff on the opponent that deals energy damage for 10 seconds for each plasma buildup on them. This is a nice little damage over time that can be placed while building up your prowess debuffs. So to pull a nasty special 3, you want to meet all of the conditions. Start off by using the special 1 to gain charges and the heavy attack to gain prowess buffs. Once you have 5 prowess buffs and 10 plasma charges built up, hold your special until your opponent has 10 plasma debuffs built up on them, and then launch it for maximum damage. But that is it. That is how to play Havoc in 6 minutes or less. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this video. Will you be using Havoc? Do you like Havoc? That's all that I got, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and hit me up in the Discord chat. Thanks, guys. Bye.